can't fathom out as a beginner what the chords are and how to play them, and also to keep my fingers moving backwards and forwards. So what would you recommend I start at? How would I do this?
Well, the two chords. This is the full chord. So I've got actually 4 fingers I use for this G chord.
Right, and what's the top 2? I can't quite see there, Ed, but yeah, you've got...
These 2, and that's what I would like you to start with.
And that's a better one to start. So how many strings would you pluck?
Got 4 strings use.
Right, so it's what's known as the top 4 strings, isn't it?
The top 4 strings, yes, you play on the E.
Strings.
So you got pink on the E,
yeah.
Ring finger on the B string, on fret number 3.
Fret number 3, yeah.
1, 2, 3, easy, where your dot is.
Right.
Some guitars may have their may have a dot on one as well.
And by playing the 4 strings from
you play the 4 strings from the G.
Yeah.
Sorry, from the D actually.
Yeah. Right, and that will give you the G chord.
That gives you the G chord. Right. Exactly.
Now then, the fingers you've got at the top are where exactly?
They are also on fret number 3. My second finger, and my first finger is on the B string. Sorry, the A string.
I see, so you've got on the 2nd fret and 3rd fret, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. And that gives you the full G chord.
That's the full G.
Now if you played only those top, well it's what we call the bottom strings, isn't it?
I call them top because of the sound. The bottom strings, when you think
of the lowest strings,
they go towards the floor.
Yeah. If you played those bottom strings, these.
Oh, those, okay.
Yeah, how many of those strings would you pluck?
2, 3.
2 or 3, and that will still give you a G sound.
That gives you a G.
G sound.
If you play the bass strings, just these 2 bass strings, G. And if you play those 4 strings, you get a G as well.
Right, so that's how you can split it down and you can learn a chord.
Yeah.
Great, so that's the G one. Then the second one you did, what was that?
That was an E minor.
E minor, okay.
And that's the full E minor chord.
Right, and where are your fingers on this one?
On fret number 2. On the A string and on the D.
I see, so that's, yeah.
Both on fret number 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So is there a simpler way to play that chord?
Yes, because look, you got like 4 open strings. Sorry, 3. I can't count at times. So I would like you to try just the 3 strings.
Yeah.
Those 3, and that will give you the E minor.
Great. So run it by me again. What am I playing then? What can I play?
So you are playing
E minor.
The top 2 for your G and playing 4 strings.
Yeah.
And then for the E minor, play the 3 strings.
3 strings, 4 strings, 3 strings. And I can switch between G and E minor, just like that. Let's give it a go. Okay, so as you said, I've got my...
We'll start on G. You're doing these 4 strings.
And then open for 3.
And then for the E minor, you play 3 strings. And then the rhythm I would like you to try is... if I count 1, you play on 2.
Oh, sorry.
On your G, and then 3, play on beat 4. Still on the G. Still on
sorry,
G.
still on the G. Right, okay, yeah.
So G would be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then E minor, same way, but then playing with the open strings, 3 strings.
Yeah, okay.
1. Back to G, play again, same thing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. E minor, there's 3 strings. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. You could finish on your G if you want.
Yeah. Gotcha. And that gets a rhythm. Now, is that used in any particular songs or anything?
Those chords are used in tons of songs.
Yeah.
They're like, you know,
that's
the common standard chords, so you will need to learn them.
Yes. That's a good starting point then for a lot of songs. Brilliant.
If you've never played any chords before, these are the ones you need to start with.
That's G, you say,
G,
and E minor, and just literally by those 2 bottom, shall we say, top strings as you call them, but the lowest strings. I'll play my G chord and release, and I can play E minor. Too bad. Thanks a lot.